Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. We are sitting out here in the garage today. The truck was hot. The windshield was hot. I didn't want to fry up my tablet. And I'm actually hiding from animals right now. Everybody wants mommy. Well, mommy left the building. So anyway, let's get to it. First of all, if you're doing your winter preps, make sure that you prep your car. I just went and bought 2 batteries. Oh my goodness. I can't even remember. I think it was like $279.11 for 2 batteries for 2 cars. So make sure that if you do your winter prep, make sure your car is prepped. Make sure you get your get home bags in your cars. Make sure that you have all of those things checked and anything that you may need just in case of an emergency. So big time, prep your cars. But that's not what I want to talk about. Right now we are in a war, and you hear people talk about, we're fighting a war of good and evil, the demons, this and that and everything. Well, I'm going to tell you what a demon is that walks this earth. A demon is someone who demonizes someone else because of who they are. And I think that is absolutely horrifying and horrible, deplorable. Like a basket of deplorables. That's what I think about. Okay. But there's something very serious, and I think that we need to discuss this, or I need to discuss it and get it off my chest. It's really causing me stress. I don't know if you know who Joel Webbon is. He is a man that I would like to put my fist through his head, pretty much, when he opens his mouth. He looks like he's got a vagina on his face. Just saying. Okay? But this man is a white Christian nationalist. And he thinks he knows what's best for women in this country. And I listened to several of his interviews, and all you got to do is type in Joel Webbons, and you'll listen to his crap. I don't know how his wife has not killed him yet. I wouldn't fault her. Not at all. Not with what he thinks is good for women. Okay, so let's get to this. So we have Trump wanting to take us back to 1798 so that he can use the Alien and Sedition Act. Well, that's not all. I mean, don't think that's all. That's all he says. I mean, you all want to say, well, you're so off on this Project 2025, and he says he doesn't have anything to do with it, blah, blah, blah. How can you not have something to do with it if your name is in it over 300 times? You have stated on stage with the Heritage Foundation that they're doing a great job to get Trump's transition agenda, which is Project 2025, in order. Okay, you have all of these sycophants, you have all of these people from Heritage Foundation, and most of them were Trump cabinet members. So every time you tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about because he's distancing himself, well, guess what? Trump may not want it, but Trump's not going to be in if he wins. Vance is going to take it with the 25th Amendment and make certain that the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, Trump's transition, goes in. Once again, Vance signed the foreword to the book that the president of the Heritage Foundation wrote that he's put on hold because everybody freaked out about Project 2025. But you know what? Apparently Trump can do damage control by saying, oh, I don't know anything about it. And you all believe it. And you try to make me look like an idiot for bringing it up. Well, I can tell you this. If you read it and it concerns you, then you need to vote against it. That's all I'm saying. But let's get back to this going back in time stuff and Joel Webbons. Okay, so Trump wants to take us back to 1798 for the Alien Sedition Act. Okay, so while they're busy doing all of that with our marginal and minorities, as well as, immigrants, whatever, I mean, and you all keep calling them invaders, even though that is not even true. But let's talk about this. Women could not vote until 1920. Slaves were freed in 1865, and he wants to take us all the way back to 1798. 1964 was when the Civil Rights Act came in. Do you see how far back that is? I mean, that's only what, 1776 would have been Declaration of Independence. Yeah, like 21 years or 20 some years from our declaration from a king. Now, let's look at this really intent, because if Trump has all of the kingly no guardrails, no liabilities, he's not held accountable for anything that he does. So what you're going to do is follow the criminal king and his jesters. Okay, his court jesters are going around. And I'm going to tell you that Joel Webbon is probably the most disgusting, vile man that I've listened to in a very long time. And like I said, he's like he has a vagina on his face. And he talks about women. Now, you can say, well, it's the way Christianity, it's the Bible. Okay, the Bible is a Middle Eastern book. And how long have we said how wrong it is that Middle Eastern men treat women the way they do? Well, it's in the Bible. Okay, so Joel Webbon says women should be treated as they were in the Bible. There's so many horrible stories about how women are treated in the Bible. You know, it's not a good thing. But there's a few things that he said, and I'm going to bring this one up first. He said that women should not be able to vote. Well, I'm going to tell you what right now. White women are 51% of the population. Is that right? It's 51. White women are 51% of the white population. That's better. Why would they want to control women? Well, number one, if they didn't vote, then it would leave them completely as the whole of the population that matters in the voting, right? Okay. If you are a Christian homemaker and you follow the Bible and you want to be subservient to your husband and you want to serve him as he is your Lord and King and Savior, like he says, then do it. No one is stopping you. Gather it up like flowers and put it in a vase. No one wants to take that away from you if that is how you want to live. But I'm going to tell you what right now, I don't want to live that way, and I didn't want to live that way in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. Now I'm in my 50s, and you better be damn right I don't want to live that way anymore. Or anyway. I don't want to see other women have that. And to go along with that, Joel Webbon said women should not be able to seek a divorce, even if she is in an abusive relationship. Now let's go to this, because a patriarch means that the man is in control. He gets the money. He takes care of the finances. He can take his wife anytime he wants to, and she has to be subservient to that. Really? Not here. No, that's not right. And anybody that would want their daughters, granddaughters, or their heirs to live that way, you're sick. He also said women should be punished for speaking out about their husbands. Let's see, I've been married 29 years, and I try not to speak too badly about my husband, but after 30 years, there's things I might say. Well, Joel thinks I should be punished for that. And my husband is about ready to get smacked upside the head because he's making comments in the back. But anyway, another thing that he said, women should be executed if found to be lying about sexual assault or rape accounts. If you've ever been through any kind of courts about sexual assault or rape, you will know how hard it is to prove sometimes. Now, if they have the court systems and the justice systems First of all, you're not going to have any women jurors, right? Because women won't be voting. And women won't speak out against the men who are now in control of the judicial system. So every woman will be lying about rape and sexual assault according to that. He said, execute a few of them, they'll quit it. Should that man be alive? I think he needs to go to jail for threatening women's lives like that. Vagina face. That's what I call him. When I heard this man speak, I became so enraged that it ruined my day. I want you to go listen to what he has to say, because women can save this country from this crap. We are the ones who can. You can live whatever you want, but why take it away from someone who does not? I want to have my own money. I want to have my own way. I don't want to be dependent upon someone. And this is why you come to this term trophy wife, because in the 50s, they wanted you to live Miss House, homemaker, June Cleaver kind of stuff. And then 20 years down the road, when the kids are gone, he kicks her out. She has no savings. She has no job skills. At that point in time, she's probably 50, 45, 50. And I think this happened a lot in the 1970s after the 50s, right? She had no job skills. She had no idea how to take care of money because she didn't have to. How is she going to support herself? Where is she going to go? All she has is being the homemaker and wife that she did because she felt that it was right. And now he has a trophy wife, and she's out on the street trying to hustle at a restaurant, trying to wash dishes, serve, and maybe working at McDonald's, making fries. I don't know. Not every woman wants to live this way, and yet you're forcing it on us with your white Christian nationalist agenda. If you are in a minority, or if you are in a marginal population in our country, you too are at risk. And you know you are. You hear how they talk. Punishing women for having an abortion, that's already happening. Women are dying from the lack of health care. It's happening. It's already started. And you can stick your little nose up and say, oh, well, we just all care about women's rights. You're damn right I do. You're damn right I care about women's rights, not just for me, but for the future. Because I know what the past had to go through to get them. If you want to be a Christian wife and mother and homemaker, do it. No one has taken it away from you. But don't take independence away from other women. Their security, their health, and just being without having to be subservient to someone else. It's wrong. And this is really, really bothering me. So I hope that women decide to read and understand. Listen to this Joel Webbon. Vagina face. I'm just saying he looks like a talking vagina. But he doesn't say what a vagina really needs. It just needs a man. You all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. If this offended you, I apologize. But it is what it is. We're in the fight of our life. Let's do it right. Bye, y'all. Hugs from a distance.